Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. So as you can tell from the title of the video, we are going to be doing some organization today. So it's not going to be car work, it's going to be organizational work, which is garage work. So I like to kind of throw things everywhere, so my garage is quite messy. I do know where most of my stuff is, however, there's no organization. Today we're going to be basically building some shelves on the wall so that we could kind of organize stuff and put stuff away, so I have a little bit more space to work in the garage. I'll show you guys what it looks like right now, and then we're going to get right to work. Alright guys, as you can see, here's my mess. I basically just throw stuff everywhere. You can see there's wheels here, there's parts here, there's parts up there, more wheels here, air compressor tools, even further out there, more wheels and all that stuff. Basically, the garage needs a definite cleanup. I'm going to be planning on putting some shelving up here, so that we could put some stuff up high, maybe get rid of some of this racking here so that I can maybe one day fit a toolbox under there. But yeah, let's just get to work and start moving stuff. All right, so I cleared out all the top here and this whole area so that I could basically start building the shelf. Right now I'm basically just I marked off basically how far from the ceiling I want the shelf, which is basically 2 feet. And you can see the lines. I've just drawn them on there and used a level. Now I'm basically going to find the studs so that I know where I could bolt on the 2x2s. Alright, so now we're going to try and find the stud, but I already tried the stud finder. Because there's electrical behind here, it's just going to beep like crazy. So as you can see, it's showing that it's live. But here's a stud, as well as the AC thing is going off. So I don't know if it's a lot of wiring or whatever is behind there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a magnet to detect where I guess the drywall studs are, so that I could basically base it off of that and use this to verify it. And then that's where I'm basically going to be bolting on the 2x2s. Alright, so here's the magnet that I'm going to be using. I don't know what this kind of magnet is called, but it's a super strong magnet and it really detects all the studs that's behind the wall. So basically you hover it around where you think, like that, for example, and it will detect that this here has a bolt there for bolting on stuff. So now we can determine with a stud finder. As you can see, that is where the stud is, but it is live as well. So that's where the stud is, and that is exactly where the same location is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this magnet and mark off every, I don't know, wherever the stud is, and I'm going to use this to verify it. And that basically means it's good to go because there is something already bolted on there. Alright guys, so I marked off all along the ceiling as well as on the wall here. So this is where I'm going to be basically putting the racking. It looks like I'm going to have to move all my lights because it basically hits it. So I guess I'm going to have to move it up to center it around here more. I don't even know what happened here. Looks like whoever owned my home before me maybe did a patch job, but yeah, I'm going to have to basically realign the lights and put them probably around here somewhere, since the racking is going to come all the way out to right there. You can see where the bracket is right there. All right, now we're going to basically mark it off. Since I've already marked the locations of where this beam is going to go, I'm just going to mark off where all the stud locations are that I marked off. Fortunately, it doesn't look like it's perfectly straight or anything, so we're just going to make do with as straight as it can be. And then I'm just basically marking the stud locations on top of here. Since the racking is going to come all the way starting from here, yeah, that's the best way to do it. Okay, so let's mark it off. Alright, so now that I've marked off all the stud locations, I'm just going to pre-drive some of these screws in there so that I could basically put them on later. So basically just like that into the center. That's one. Try to drive them in straight, but it's better, I guess, I put them on the floor and drive them in straight down this way. Go. Okay, we don't need to drive it all the way in yet. This way we line it up a little bit. Probably good to have a level. Yeah, that's pretty level. Drive them all in then. Alright, so now I'm going to mark off the stud locations for the ceiling. So basically, I try and line this up as good as possible and find out where all the stud locations are. It looks like it kind of overlaps here. Alright, same process as what we did on the wall here, as you can see. Basically, going to mark all the stud locations onto this piece of wood, pre-drive in some screws, and then just drive them onto the roof. Alright, so I already put up all the, I guess the wood onto the ceiling, so this is good enough for me right now. Then I'm going to basically put 2x4s coming down so that we could basically put a piece of plywood underneath afterwards. So for the 2x4, I've put some glue on the back here, some carpenter glue, and pre-drove some screws already. So we're just going to nail them all towards this beam here, and then, you know, we're going to keep plowing away at it. Alright, so these are all like the ones that are extending down. It's all good now. So I'm going to basically nailing this piece down to the bottom like so. Obviously applying some glue to the back of each piece of 2x4 and then nailing the 2x2 onto the bottom. So let's just do it. Just a little bit of glue goes a long way, I guess. There we go. Oh, it's dripping. Just check the level on this thing. Oh, it's level. That's good. So now we're just going to plow these screws in. Alright, so now we can put up some of the plywood. So I just grabbed a couple pieces. I probably prefer the more like smoother side as the top, and this one will face the bottom, which is a little bit rougher. I don't know why it's like that, but I guess it's just non-sanded plywood. This was actually quite expensive, so basically put it up. Like that. And then we're gonna shift it. Like that. And then we're gonna nail it down. So now I'm just gonna drive some screws up top to hold the plywood into place. So basically I have to climb up there. It's a little bit tougher because I don't have a ladder. At least for the ones all the way up here. So we'll drive some right here first. we go. Last screw. Shelves are in. That was not hard, but it's a lot of work. There you go, guys. Shelves are in. Basically now I'm just going to be organizing and putting in all my stuff. So I could probably get rid of some of these racks, but we'll see. I kind of want to move stuff around, but having this extra space on top is going to help a lot for organization. All right, guys, as you can see behind me, the space is much clearer now. I spent days and days, basically a whole week, just cleaning and reorganizing stuff and getting new things just put in the garage and stuff. So I'll just show you guys what I did and, have a look. All right, let's start off with a toolbox. I basically purchased this a brand new toolbox. I needed a toolbox to just basically organize my stuff. I still use my rack for a whole bunch of tools. So there's a bunch of tools on there and there's a bunch of tools in here. At least it's much more organized now. Here's the racks all filled up. I added a pegboard across the wall. Hung up my rockers and spare stuff, some bicycle tires. The coolest thing is back here. Here's my winter tire rack, or just tire rack, because I'll be putting my my all season on here when I do switch to winters. And you can see this; it's flush and right against the wall. It's pretty sweet. Obviously, I just left my bumpers and stuff there. I gotta find a place for those, as well as the sedan bumper right here. I've gotta find a space for this too. Most likely, I'm just going to toss it. It is still a good bumper. The bumper bar and everything is still good on it, but I have no space for it, and I have no need for a sedan bumper. Anyways, it has the cutouts for the fog lights and everything, so it's basically trash. All right, the space here is where I put my other rack. There used to be 2 racks back there, so I moved that, put one right here. So this holds all my detailing and car cleaning and, oils and all that stuff are on this rack. Hung up my hose. But as you can see, the space is much cleaner, much clearer. Still a bunch of stuff around. I'm still trying to get rid of things, but it looks good. It's nice and open. I did have to move all those lights, by the way, so they had to shift over a little bit, but that was not a problem. All right, guys, so that's basically it for this video. I basically did a whole bunch of garage organization. So not car work, but it'll make car work a lot easier later. Anyways, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please comment, like, and subscribe, and share my videos. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.